Hey YouTube, welcome to Tech Yes City. This is Bryaneasy coming back to you guys today with a look at my whole gaming setup. So a lot of people have been asking lately, look, what do you use to game and what's your setup like? And I'm going to show you guys inside my whole setup today, okay? And show you all the equipment I use. Now I'm going to break this video down into two parts. But firstly, let me say that yes, I am using this microphone. It's a bit crap. It's not as good as my condenser. But I'm going to be moving around my room, so I need something that's a little bit more mobile, so this thing will do the job. And yeah, first part of this video will be broken into the gaming, looking at my whole gaming system, and then the second part of the video will be looking at how to make a cheap podcast setup, okay? So how to make your own little broadcasting station. So let's get into it, guys. Without further ado, I will just take off my little big Logitech C920, which is one hell of a webcam. So I finally tweaked it all and got it all working. Now, this is my setup here. So as you can see here, this is what I use to basically, I sit down on this full office back chair, which is a necessity if you're gaming, in my opinion. Now, this is my monitor, the Samsung S23A700D. Now, it's a 120 hertz monitor, so it's 120 frames per second monitor. As you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a bright, glossy screen. I personally prefer gloss. A lot of people don't like gloss. I love gloss, and there's a reason. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, there's literally no sunlight getting into this room, and there's actually a reason for that, and that's because if there's sunlight bouncing off your monitor, it makes it hard to see things, and it's really annoying when you're gaming. So there is actually a reason having no sunlight in your room. So as you can see here, I have a Logitech. Let's have a look here. Logitech G400 mouse. Now this mouse is awesome, okay? It's very versatile, good all-round mouse. You can play RTS, FPS, MMOs with this thing. It's amazing. I recommended it. I got it for about $30 as well. Now this is my Razer Goliathus Control Edition. Best mousepad I've ever owned. I love it. And in the far right there, in the top corner there, it's the Logitech G600, which is for MMO. And I got a little souvenir, my pen holder from Canada. Pretty cool. And that is my pop filter for my microphone, but we'll go into that later. We'll look at the microphone and the whole setup. Now, the good thing about a monitor, guys, if you're going to do things, make sure your monitor's bright, okay? I recently, when I upgraded to this monitor, I learnt that my eyes weren't as strained. As soon as I got this monitor, eye pain went away. All my eye pain completely vanished, and it's because of the brightness. This monitor is amazing. Also, another good point about a monitor is that when you're doing vlogs or if you want to start videos, this thing works as like a very good lighting for your face. So it lights up your face really well. So I love this monitor. And obviously any good monitor that costs a few $100s is going to be just as good as this one. So have a look around, get yourself a nice monitor. And the whole point of this video is obviously, yeah, work hard, buy yourself nice things, because nice things are going to be awesome. So this is a mechanical keyboard, Cherry Blue MX. I love this keyboard. It is amazing. And yeah, I love Cherry Blue MXs because I tried them at the store, loved them, bought this keyboard, love it. Amazing. There's my 3D glasses and my Tag Heuer watch because I am a baller. Yeah, that's right. Well, I pretend to be a baller. I'm not actually baller status yet. But let's have a look around this room. So there's my posters. There's my whole setup there. All my games and boxes lying around. I sort of all put it together to make a nice little backdrop for my YouTube videos. And as you can see, it looks pretty cool. I think it looks cool anyway. There's another office back chair that was lying around in my house. Well, actually, my friend gave it to me, so I put it up in this room. So now when we talk on Skype, two people can sit down. So like to my family and stuff. Let's move on to one of the most important parts, and this is the gaming setup. So this is my gaming setup, and as you can probably tell already, my tower is pretty much positioned pretty far away from where I actually game. And there's another reason for this. And the reason being is that because when I used to game with my tower like right beside my feet, I would actually get sore feet. And now I got a theory, and that's, I think, the electromagnetic radiation is just pulsing through my feet the whole time. So if you got sore feet and your tower's right next to you, you may wish to push it, as like I did, push it all the way back. And that might help you if you got sore feet, who knows. Let's have a look here. I got so straight away before we go, I got these Z4 speakers. Amazing. I got these for $80 like 3 years ago. They still pump hard. Amazing speakers. The bass is unreal on this little thing. So basically when I'm not using my headphones, I use this. So if I'm talking on Skype or if I want to do stuff in this room and want to listen to music, I just turn to these. instead of using my headphones. Now this is my case, and now as you can see, you've probably never seen anything like it. It's a different case. It's called a Tech, and I got it for $35. Okay, and as I mentioned before, I'm a big fan of budget cases. Okay, this has top ventilation. It's got top panel USB, top panel audio. It's got the front mesh there. The rear, if you look at the rear here, it's got that nice cutout, so I could install the CPU cooler very easily. And if we move on to this side, so I have taken the side panels off today, and yeah, it came with 5 fans, so 3 of them LED for $35. So if you guys look around, you can get some amazing deals. So I recommend it. And now let's have a look inside my case here. So this is where all the gaming gets done. Now inside the case, yeah, there's, as you can see here, there's a fan at the bottom ventilating all the way through the top here. So I've got like an up, so I got it pulling air through the bottom, and then wait, which way is that going? No, it's pulling air out the bottom of the case, sorry. This is pulling air out of the top of the case. This is pulling air out of the rear of the case. So this is my Scythe Absolus 2 water block cooler. It's a 90mm radiator, and I've clocked my i5 3570K at 4.4 gigahertz. Now this is on an Extreme 4 motherboard. Now this motherboard is amazing. I recommend it. It's an awesome motherboard for the money. So you get all the features. If you watch some of my budget builds, you'll know how many features you get on this board. It looks amazing. Also, my RAM is CFD 60. I got 4x4 sticks at 1600 megahertz DDR3 99924 timings. That cost me about $80, and it was amazing RAM. Now let's have a look at my video card. This is my favorite video card of all time, the Galaxy GTX 670. Now this thing is a beast. It's got an aftermarket cooler on it. It overclocks extremely well. And as you can hear, you probably hear no noise at all. Like, my whole system is pretty damn quiet. And that's what I like about my whole system. It's quiet. The fans are all quiet. Everything runs really well, even overclocked. So now this is my Antec 650 watt bronze earth watts. Now I got this for about $50. Now my next power supply will be modular. As you can tell, it's pretty messy here. That's because I just got too many cables. And yeah, my next power supply is going to be modular. That's why I do recommend modular power supplies if you can afford them. Now 2 hard drives, 2 Western Digital Blacks, RAID 0'd, 640 gig models. They've been running for a long time. I love them. In there, that little tray there is my Corsair Force 3 120 gigabyte SSD. So, and this, as you can see here, the drive bay is very accessible. I pull things out sometimes, and it's very easy to get them in and out with a case like this. Obviously, the clips here, they help installing things as well. Over here, 1 terabyte backup drive, and there is my power board, which controls everything. I recommend getting a power board. And over here is a white screen when I do product reviews and stuff like that. Some weights. I mean, come on, bro, do you even lift? No, you occasionally got to do exercise. You got to stay healthy, guys. Radiation meter there. There's my SOX. 2 years ago, there was a massive earthquake in Japan, and I got one just out of paranoia. Oh yeah. And that's my green screen. I hardly ever use it, and the reason why I don't use it is because I need to spend money on lighting, and I don't want to spend money on lighting at the moment because I haven't really got a need for the green screen. So when I made it, I was just like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, it was pretty cheap. It was like $15. There's my Sony DSLR camera, which is amazing. Except if you notice when I do product reviews, the audio is clipping, and that's because this audio, it doesn't actually, the ADC doesn't have a level. You can't control the level of recording, and I hate it. So I got to look into that. Maybe I might have to buy another little preamp or something where I control the input. So it's something I got to think about with this. So, but for pictures, it is amazing. It's an amazing camera. There's a Tamron lenses on it too. So I love Sony cameras, the tripod and all that. So it's all there. And there's my heater. So, and there's a spare bed if someone needs to crash. So let's get on to the audio part. This is part 2. Yeah. Okay. Now this is basically my whole audio setup. I'll show you that now. This is a microphone stand, which cost me about $25, and as you can see, it's really good. So when I'm not gaming, I can just pull it away to the left, and it won't be in the way. And when I'm talking, gaming, whatnot, I can just pull it back, and it's really good. It looks good. It's awesome. This here is my Audio Technica ATH-PRO500s. Amazing headphones. I recommend getting audiophile headphones if you can afford them. I got these for about $60, and one of the best sets of headphones I've ever listened to. let alone purchased. So let's move on to the microphone, the Behringer B-1 condenser microphone. This thing is amazing. It cost me about $75 and the quality is phenomenal. This thing, I love this. So if you want to make a podcast setup, I recommend getting these three things. And XLR cable costs about $5. You will need to get that if you get this condenser microphone. Good thing about this condenser microphone is it comes with a shock mount. So this is this mount here. So when things sort of shake and stuff, it kind of, the microphone can move on its own a little bit so it won't make any noise. And it also comes with a case. You can see that case in the backdrop there. That is the case that it comes with. Very high quality for $75. I got to admit, it's amazing. So let's have a look at the mic-preamp. This is you're probably wondering what this thing was. Like, what's this little thing here? This is my microphone preamp, and this is what this thing does. Basically, you plug the condenser microphone into it, and it'll give your microphone phantom power. And this is specific to condenser microphones. And now I recommend getting a condenser microphone if you're looking to do a podcast setup, because cheaper amps will run condenser microphones better than dynamics. Dynamics require more amplification, and when you ask for more amplification off a cheap mic preamp like this, you're obviously going to get more noise. Okay, so condenser microphones are more sensitive and they require less amplification than dynamic microphones. That's one of the reasons why I would recommend getting a condenser. Plus, my condenser just sounds epic anyway. So let's have a look at this thing. These are my settings. I got the volume up to, like, I don't know, maybe plus 30 decibels. I don't know, levels there. And yeah, all my levels are set. I don't really want to play with it. That's why I'm not using my microphone, this microphone off this amp at the moment, because I don't want to touch the settings. And this thing, another good thing about this is it will amplify your headphones. Okay, so this will amplify your headphones and give it a real juicy signal from your onboard audio from this thing. So now I'm using the onboard audio from my motherboard, and as you can tell, it's always in my other videos, the audio is always good, right? So I recommend getting one of these things, maybe a 502. This is the Xenyx 1002. So this is a little bit more expensive, but I managed to pick this up for $40. So very cheap. Very, very cheap. Now, all in all, this cost me $40. The cables cost me probably $5 and $5. I'm just adding up the mass now. $15, $25. That makes $40. $100. Microphone, $80. About $180. If you want a whole decent podcast setup, maybe $180. If you've already got headphones, obviously the headphones aren't as crucial as the other pieces. So maybe, you know, you can get away with $80, $25, $150. Around about $150. Cables, mic preamp, and microphone stand and microphone. So I'd recommend going with something like this, which will, you know, you'll get amazing quality, especially if you're looking to start off broadcasting. So overall, I love my setup. I recommend it thoroughly. So if you guys have any questions about, you know, my whole setup, and if you want to get things like I have, then please ask me questions. I'll recommend things. So basically, this is my whole setup. I don't really need to upgrade at the moment, anything. So I am thinking about doing Haswell though. People like upgrade to Haswell, upgrade to Haswell. I'm thinking about doing it. Just maybe the motherboard, CPU, and CPU cooler. So let's get back into it anyway. So that is my whole setup, and that printer down there is just a printer scanner. I forgot the model name of it. Some cheap piece of crap, some Canon cheap thing. So there we go, guys. That's my whole setup. I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I think I've talked about everything I could possibly talk about in my room. So yeah, if you have any questions, please please comment in the comment section below. And if you have anything like really urgent, then please send me a PM and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now, obviously, yeah, you want to, if you're making a cheap budget podcast setup, you basically just want to spend about $150. Because if you don't spend enough money, you're going to get cheap crap which you're going to completely replace. For instance, this microphone stand, these headphones, I don't need to replace them for a long time. As opposed to probably the mic preamp I will replace, but it's only $40 and I can probably resell it for $30. You know what I mean? So I've only lost $10. But if you buy crap and it blows up, you're gonna have to replace the whole thing. So just think about that. So ultimately, guys, I hope you enjoyed this look into my whole hermit lab. I call it my hermit lab. I love this place. It's like my solace. I'm free here. So, I guess if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're a yes man or a yes woman, then please subscribe to Technica City or anything in between, which would make you a yes transvestite. Yeah, hell, yeah. If you're a yes tranny as well, hit the sub button. Who cares? Yes trannies. Woo. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this look. My next video will be OS optimizing your OS for games. Okay, so optimizing Windows 7 specifically for gaming and my whole flatline theory. I'm gonna show it to you. You guys are gonna love it. So that'll be my next video, and Tech Talk as well. I don't know which one. When I get time, I'm gonna make obviously Tech Talk. I make that every week, so I'll do Tech Talk as soon as I can, and I will get you guys Tech Talk out and OS. So the OS is like the next video I'll probably do, or Tech Talk. Whichever one comes first, the other one will follow soon. So, anyway, guys, I don't know. I've rambled on enough, and there's nothing else I can ramble on about. So I hope you enjoyed this today, and yeah, guys, peace out for now. Bryaneasy, bye.